Hello and welcome to this walkthrough of the Maths Unit 2 Intermediate June 2018 paper. Okay, let's jump right in. So first question is x divided by 4 is equal to 7. Okay, so the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So that gives us a final answer of x is equal to 28. Okay. For the second one then, we need to simplify the expression 3f plus 7g plus f take away 4g. So if we just circle the like terms, so I've got 3f and I've got plus f there. And then I've got plus 7g and I've got minus 4g. So if I just write those out again, so I've got 3f plus f plus 7g take away 4g. To finish off the question, 3f plus 4f is 4f, and 7g minus 3g is plus 3g. Okay, so 4f plus 3g. Next one then. Use the formula 5p plus 2q equals t to find the value of q when p is 4 and t is 24.6. So we've got 5p, which is 4, plus 2q, we don't know what that is yet, and then that is equal to 24.6. Okay, that's what we're told in the question. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2q is equal to 24.6. Now I'm trying to get q on its own here. So first thing I'm going to do is take away 20. So I end up with 2q is equal to 4.6. Finally, I'm going to divide by 2. That gets me my answer of q is equal to 2.3. Okay, let's have a look at the next question. The square drawn below is rotational symmetry order 4. Place 2 identical dots so that it will have rotational symmetry of order 2. I can put my 2 dots just like that. Question B, the regular hexagon below has a rotational symmetry of order 6. Place 3 identical dots on the regular hexagon so it will have rotational symmetry of order 3. I'm just going to put one there, and one there. Okay. Which of the following shapes has a rotational symmetry of order 3 but has no line symmetry? That one is this flag shape here. Okay, so the flags don't give it a line of symmetry, but it does have rotational symmetry. Okay, so a travel company offers the following holiday options. You can go in summer or winter. You can stay in a cottage or a hotel, or you can travel by train, bus, or car. Okay, now just for time's sake, I'm going to write this in shorthand. Okay, so you can either, if we've got summer cottage train, you could do summer cottage bus, summer cottage car. Now we've done train, bus, car now, so let's change the cottage to a hotel. So summer hotel train, summer hotel bus, summer hotel car. Okay, and we've exhausted all the accommodation types for summer, so let's go into winter now. So winter cottage train, winter cottage bus, winter cottage car. Those are all the cottages. Last one now, winter hotel train, winter hotel bus, winter hotel car. Okay, and that is an exhaustive list of all the various options you could have for this holiday. A holiday is chosen at random from all the different combinations on offer. P is the probability that the chosen holiday is a summer holiday staying in a cottage and traveling by train. Okay, so how many of those are staying in a cottage in the summer while traveling by train? So summer, cottage, train. So that's just the top one up here. So that is 1 out of 12. Okay, the probability of picking that is 1 out of 12. And as a decimal, that is 0.083 recurring. Now so this mark here is 0.25 because that's a quarter. So I would say the probability is going to be definitely lower than that. It's going to be somewhere down there. Okay. Next question. Which of the following fractions is nearest to a quarter? Okay. Well, 1/4. Oops, just in blue pen. 1/4 is equal to 0.25. So that's our benchmark. Okay. So 1/5 is equal to 0.2. 7/25 is equal to 0.28, and 13 out of 50 is equal to 0.26. Now I think it should be pretty clear which one's the closest. It is 13 out of 50. Next question. Okay, so for question 5 then, we're asked to calculate both the area and perimeter of a rectangle 6 centimeters long and 4.5 centimeters wide. So, for area, wrong colour pen, area is length times width. So length is 6 centimeters. The width is 4.5 centimeters. So the area is 27 centimeters squared. Okay. The perimeter is sum of all sides. So that will be 6 plus 6 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. Add up all those sides. That gives you a perimeter of 21 centimeters. So area, 27 centimeters squared, perimeter, 21 centimeters. Let's have a look at the next question. Circle the correct equation for each of the following. Okay, so the first one, we've got a triangle with a straight line coming off with an angle on the outside, C. Now, I know that angles on a line add up to 180, so whatever this is. So C plus X is 180, that's angles on a line. And I know that A plus B plus X also equal 180, okay? Now, if I look at these two equations, I've got C here plus X, and I've got A plus B here. So this must mean that C is equal to A plus B. The next one, I've got angles, parallel lines and angles around a point. So we've got a few options here. And the correct one, without going through all of them, the correct one is this one here, okay? So A plus C plus S plus Q, okay? And the reason is if I just draw some corresponding angles, so A and C is corresponding to P and R, and D and B corresponding to S and Q. So basically, what we're saying is that because A and C are blue and S and Q are green, if we add them together, then they will all equal 360. Okay, it's the same angles, just on different points of those parallel lines. For this one here, we have got external angles going around a shape. And again, without really going into it, the correct answer is this one here. And that's because exterior angles always add up to 360 degrees. So exterior angles always add up to 360 degrees. Okay, let's have a look at another one then. So calculate the mean of these 4 time periods. You must give your answer in hours and minutes, okay? So first thing you need to do is turn all of these into minutes so I can add them up. So 4 hours, or 5 hours 20, 2 hours 44, 6 hours 18, 4 hours 34. If I turn all these into minutes, I get 320 minutes, 164, 378, and 274 minutes. Okay, now the total of all of these is 1,136 minutes. Okay, but to calculate the mean, I need the total of all these minutes, which we've got here, 1,136, and I need to divide by how many there are, okay? And that gives me 284 minutes, okay? Now, what you can't do right now is 284 divided by 60, because that will give you an answer of 4 point something. Now, what that answer does mean is that there is indeed 4 hours in 284 minutes, but don't use the point for how many minutes there are, okay? So 4 times 60 is 24, or 240 in this case. So that means there are 44 minutes left over, okay? So our final answer is 4 hours, 44 minutes. Should put those in red. Okay. Let's have a look at the next question. So this is an OCW question, okay? So we need to make sure our work is neat and organized when answering this. So cube A and cuboid B are shown below. Express the volume of B as a percentage of the volume of A. You must show all your working. So first of all, you need to work out the volumes of A and B. So volume A is length times width times depth. My length is 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters times 5 centimeters. That gives me 125 centimeters cubed. The volume of B, again, is just length times width times depth. Getting a bit shorter. And that will be 4 times 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters. And that is equal to 80 centimeters cubed. Okay. Now that's not the question done yet. We need to express B as a percentage of A. So B as a percentage of A is B divided by A times 100. So that is 80 divided by 125 times 100. And that gets us an answer of 64%. Okay. Let's have a look at the next question then. Okay, here we are, question 9 then. So the diagram below shows an equilateral triangle ABC where AB is equal to 4x take away 7. Okay. And in the question, we're told the perimeter of the triangle is 27 centimeters. So we need to calculate the value of x. Well, first of all, we know that perimeter equals sum of all sides. So that's what we need to be doing. And we know there are 3 sides and they are all 4x take away 7. So I'm going to do 3 times 4x minus 7. And we're told this equals 27. Okay, I'm going to keep it without centimeters for now. So if we expand the brackets, 3 times 4 is 12x, and 3 times minus 7 is minus 21. Okay, all this should be equal to 27. Let's get rid of that. So first of all, I need to get rid of this minus 21 by adding 21. So 12x is equal to 27 plus 21, which is 48. Finally, I need to divide by 12, which will give me x is equal to 4. Job done. Okay, let's have a look at the next question then. A box contains many discs, identical in shape and size. A picture of one of 4 Welsh castles is printed on each disc. A disc is chosen at random from a box. Complete the table below to find the probability of a disc showing Dynevor Castle. So, first of all probabilities should add up to 1. So x, which is our Dynevor Castle, plus 0.36 for Carnarvon, plus 0.12 for Harlech, plus 0.24 for Rutland. All of that should equal to 1. So x plus 0.72, which is what all those add up to, should equal to 1. Simple equation. If we take away 0.72 from both sides, we are left with x being equal to 0.28. The next question says, in the box, there were 522 discs for Carnarvon Castle. How many of the discs showed a picture of Harlech Castle? So first of all, Kaya, keep it short. The probability of Carnarvon was 0.36, and that was equal to 522 discs. For Harlech, I'm going to keep that as HAR. We had a probability of 0.12, and we are trying to find out how many discs that is. Well, I can see that to get from 0.36 to 0.12, all I need to do is divide by 3. So therefore, if I divide 522 by 3, I should get 174 discs. Okay, so look at the next question. This first one, calculate 145.3 divided by, in brackets, 12.4, take away 9.8 cubed. Give your answer to 3 significant figures. Okay, so that would be 8.27. Okay, so there might have been some numbers after that, but that's what it rounds to 3 significant figures. Okay, calculate the reciprocal of 47. Give your answer to 4 decimal places. Well, the reciprocal is, sorry, wrong color. The reciprocal is 1 over 47, which equals 0.02127 and some other stuff. We only want this to 4 decimal places, so I'm going to block it there. The 7 will round up that 2. So our final answer, again, should be in red, is 0.0213. Okay. Next question. Circle the correct answer in each of the following. Which of the following values cannot be an external angle of a regular polygon? First one is 48. 48 is not a factor of 360. There's no way you could divide 360 by a whole number to get 48. An arrow on a spinner is facing north. It is turned clockwise to an angle of 1,530 degrees. In which direction will the arrow now be facing? Okay, so first of all, 1,530 divided by 360. So how many whole rotations are there? There will be 4.25, which is the same as 4 1/4 turns. Okay, so if our arrow was facing north, it'll spin around 4 times, which doesn't matter, but then there will be a final quarter turn there, a final quarter clockwise turn. So it will be facing east. Okay, Yep, so that will be facing east. It's a quarter turn clockwise extra. Okay, next one then. Point A is on a bearing of 100 degrees from point B. What is the bearing of B from point A? So if I draw 2 points here, apparently, oh, that's not quite right. So point A is on a bearing of 100 degrees from point B, okay? And that means that this angle here is 100 degrees. But what is the bearing of point B from A? Okay? No, it's not actually that line, sorry. We're trying to figure out, because we're doing bearings, we need to figure out anything. We're actually trying to find the size of this angle around here. Okay? Now, internal angles of parallel lines add up to 180. So this internal angle is 80 degrees. All angles around a point add up to 360. So 360 take away 80 is equal to 280 degrees. So that's my final answer there, okay? Moving on. Solution of the equation x cubed take away 7x take away 51 is equal to 0. It lies between 4 and 5. Use trial and improvement. Okay, there's another long one. So create our table. So we've got x cubed take away 7x take away 51. And then finally, we have a comment on the end, whether it's too high or too low. First of all, we're going to test 4 and 5. So if we type this in our calculator, we will be doing 4 cubed take away 7 times 4 take away 51. That will give us an answer of minus 15, which is too low, because this should be equal to 0. Next, 5 cubed take away 7 times 5 take away 51. That gives me an answer of 39. That's too high. Perfect. Midpoint, 4.5. Now I'm not going to bother writing all these out again. This is equal to 8.625. That's too high. So I try 4.4. That's equal to 3.384. And stuff, that's still too high. 4.3 gets me minus 1.159 and stuff. Okay, perfect. Now this is too low. So that means my answer is somewhere between 4.4 and 4.3. So try the midpoint of those two values, 4.35. That gets me 0.862. Great. This is too high as well. So if I very quickly draw a number line, 4.3, 4.4, 4.35 in the middle. If this is too high, if 4.35 is too high, that means x is somewhere there, okay? So that must mean that x is closer to 4.3 with our answer given to 1 decimal place, okay? Let's have a look at the next question. The highest common factor of 30 and 75 is the square root of a number. Okay, so the square root of x is equal to the highest common factor of 35 and 70. Okay, well, let's find that highest common factor. Okay, not 35, sorry, 30. So to get 30, we could do 1 times 30, we could do 2 times 15, we can do 5 times 6. And if I go back on myself, that's just going to start repeating again. For 75, we've got 1 times 75, we've got 3 times 25, and we have got 5 times 15. So 15 seems to be my highest common factor. Okay, so my square root of x is equal to 15. The opposite of square rooting is squaring. So x is equal to, let's put this in red pen. So x is equal to 225. Next one. The cube root of 32.768 is 33 1/3 of a number. Okay, so all that's saying is something, a third of something, so x divided by 3, is equal to the cube root of 32.768. Okay, if I evaluate the cube root of 32.768, x over 3, I get 3.2. And then if I multiply by 3 to get rid of this divide by 3, I get x is equal to 9.6. Keep forgetting this red pen. Okay. Nearly there. Next one. PQR is a right angle triangle as shown below. PQ is 1.41 meters and PR is 0.89 meters. Okay. Now, find the length of QR. So I've got two sides. I'm trying to find another side. This looks like a Pythagoras question to me. Okay. So Pythagoras, a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Okay. Let's substitute in what we know. Well, we know a squared is 0.89 squared. We know b squared is 1.41 squared. 0.89 squared is 0.7921. 1.41 squared is 1.9881. And those add up to 2.7902. Okay, so that means that c squared is equal to 2.7902. That means c is equal to the square root of 2.7902. That means c is equal to 1.67 centimeters. That has been rounded to 2 decimal places. Okay. Red pen. Okay. Next one then. Visitors to the top of Snowdon can either walk up the mountain or take the railway from Llanberis. On a particular day, a random visitor is chosen. The probability that the person is female is 0.42. The probability they take the train is 0.35. Complete the tree diagram. So all these probabilities need to add up to 1. So for 0.42, the other branch must be 0.58. We're told the chance they take the train is 0.35. So we can fill out this one down here. Therefore, the chance they walk is 0.65. Okay, next question. The person chosen at random receives a gift voucher. What is the probability the person is female and travelled up the mountain by train? Okay, so to work out at the end of branches, we actually multiply the branches as we go along. So the probability they were female times the probability they took the train will tell us our answer. Okay, so probability they were female is 0.42. Probability they took the train, 0.35. So the probability they were female and they took the train is 0.147. Okay, so next question. The diagrams below show two similar shapes, A, B, C, D, and P, Q, R, S. We've got two diagrams here. First of all, we need to calculate the value of x, okay? Well, we've got two similar shapes, as it is in the question, so we need to be thinking about scale factor, okay? So this is how much the smaller shape has been changed to get the bigger shape, or vice versa. So to calculate scale factor, we need a corresponding side on the big shape divided by corresponding side on the small shape, okay? By corresponding, what I mean is the corresponding sides are at the bottom here. So we've got 5.6 and 8.4. Okay, so those are my corresponding sides. The big one is 8.4 and the small one is 5.6. If I divide those, I get 1.5. So that means if I go from the small to the big shape, I multiply by 1.5. If I go the other way, I need to divide by 1.5. In this case, if I want to find x, the corresponding side is 3.2. So 3.2, sorry, the other way around, x is equal to 3.2 times 1.5. So x is equal to 4.8 centimeters. Okay. The next question then, just below it, we need to calculate the size of y. So if I get rid of the x lines, so for y, that's corresponding to 6.3. So y is equal to 6.3, but now I need to divide. I'm going the other way now, okay? So 6.3 divided by 1.5. Again. So y is equal to 4.2 centimeters. Okay, let's have a look at the next question. Explain clearly why the following statement cannot be true. The length of CD is 3.9 and the length of RS is 6.5. So that's basically saying that these two sides up here, they're saying this one is 3.9 and 6.5. Okay, so obviously we can see over this diagram, if 3.9 times 1.5 equals 6.5, that means it's true. Okay? But for this question then, what I would write down is if true, then 3.9 times 1.5 is equal to 6.5. But we can, if we just use our calculator, 3.9 times 1.5 actually equals 5.85. Okay. Therefore, statement not true. Okay. Simple as that. Okay. Let's have a look at the next question. So this one here, this is actually quite a big one. Okay. So buried in this question is actually a simultaneous equation. Okay. But let's work through this step by step. Okay. So rectangle, length 12 centimeters, width 2x minus y, has an area of 72 centimeters. And KLMN is a kite where KL equals 3x centimeters and LM equals y centimeters. Now, so I don't lose the diagram, I'm going to do my workings out up here, okay? So for the first one, so the area is equal to length times width. Length times width. So in this case, my length is 12 and my width is 2x minus y. And this is equal to 72, okay? If I expand this bracket, 12 times 2 is 24x, and 12 times minus y is minus 12y, and that's equal to 72, okay? Now remember this, we're going to need this in a moment, okay? So 24x, take away 12y is equal to 72. Remember that. Perimeter is equal to sum of all sides. Okay, sum of all sides. So I've got 3x plus 3x plus y plus y. And this is equal to 33 centimeters. Okay. If I just collect these terms, I end up with 6x plus 2y is equal to 33. Okay. So remember this equation. So these two equations we need to put side by side to solve as a simultaneous equation. So let's give myself a bit more space actually. So let's go to the next page. So make simultaneous equations. So I'm going to have two equations, equation 1, equation 2. So this 6x, take away 6x plus 2y equals 33. This has come from the kite at the bottom, sorry. And 24x take away 12y equals 72 has come from the rectangle at the top. Now I need to make x or y match for this one. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to divide this bottom one by 4. So I get 6x plus 2y equals 33. I'm not going to change the top one, but the bottom one, if I divide it by 4, I get 6x. 6x take away 3y is equal to 18. So now I'm going to do equation 1 take away equation 2. So 6x take away 6x is nothing. 2y take away 3y is actually going to, so taking away a negative makes 5y. And 33 take away 18 gets me 15. So 5y equals 15. If I divide both sides by 5, I get y is equal to 3 centimeters, or y is equal to 3. Okay. Last step then, substitute y into equation 1 because it's smaller. So 6x plus 2 times 3 equals 33. 6x plus 6 is equal to 33. I'm going to take away 6. So 6x is equal to 27. Divide by 6. So x is equal to 4.5. So final answer, or final summary, y is equal to 3 centimeters. X is equal to 4.5 centimeters. Okay, last one now, nearly there. ABCD are two right angle triangles. In triangle ABC, AB is equal to 6.5, that's this line here. BC is 10.4, straight down there. And in triangle CDE, CE is 9.4. Okay, we're told angle BCE is 22 and ACB is angle X. First of all, we need to calculate angle X. Okay, now this question is a little bit tricky because actually you don't need half the information here. Okay, we only need for this angle X, we only need to focus on this triangle here. Okay, so if I just sketch that, I've got this here. So right angle triangle, the base is 6.5 and the height is 10.4. Now this is actually a trigonometry question, okay? So that means I need to pick out between X is there, Ka, or Toa, okay? If I label the sides of this triangle now, so green pen, so 6.5 is the opposite and the 10.4 is the adjacent, okay? Now the only one, so only has the opposite, Ka only has the adjacent, but Toa has both, okay? So that means I'm going to use tan for this one, okay? So tan of an angle is equal to opposite over adjacent, opposite over adjacent. So tan of X is equal to 6.5 divided by 10.4. So that means that whatever that is, so X is equal to inverse tan, so tan minus 1 of 6.5 over 10.4. So final answer, X is equal to 32 degrees. Okay, fantastic. Let's look at the next question now. Last one. So given that angle's 32 degrees, we need to find the angle of the length of side DE. So DE is this side here, okay? So we've actually just figured out that this angle is 32 degrees. Therefore, this angle is 54 degrees. Okay, so we figured out this whole angle in this shape is 54 degrees. And actually, there is another right angle triangle buried in there, okay? So let's redraw that other triangle. Let's see if we can answer this final question. So right angle there. We know this side is 9.4. We're trying to find this side. I'm going to call it Y. It's called DE. And we know this angle is 54 degrees. Okay. So once again, we're looking for SO, Ka, or TOA. We have got the hypotenuse and we have got the opposite side. Okay. So opposite in H. There we go. Straight away, I know it's SO. It can't be a Ka. I've accidentally circled A there. Can't be Ka because there's only H in there. It can't be TOA because there's only O in there. So it has to be sine. Okay. So sine of an angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay. And we know the angle. We know the angle is sine 54 is equal to opposite is y, and the hypotenuse is 9.4. Now, the opposite of dividing by 9.4 is timesing by 9.4. So 9.4 times sine 54 is equal to y. That gives me, to finish off, y is equal to 7.6 centimeters. That's rounded to 1 decimal place. Okay. Thank you for watching. Hope you do well in that one, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.